What if I told you the people who built Las Vegas are now the ones tearing it down? For decades, locals kept the Strip alive. They filled casino floors on Tuesday nights, ate at the buffets, played the slots after work. They were the backbone of this city's economy. But in 2025, that loyalty is gone, and casino executives are panicking. Because when 2.3 million residents decide they've had enough of being squeezed, ignored, and replaced by tourists, they don't complain. They fight back. And right now, locals are winning. And the final move? It's the one casino executives fear the most. Number 10. Locals are avoiding the Strip entirely. There was a time when Las Vegas Boulevard belonged to everyone. Locals would drive down after work, grab dinner at a casino restaurant, play a few hands of blackjack, and head home. It was routine. It was affordable. It was part of living here. That era is dead. Today, residents treat the Strip like a tourist trap they warn their friends about. The traffic is unbearable. The crowds are suffocating. And the prices? Insulting. Why would anyone who lives here pay $18 for a cocktail when they know what it used to cost? Casino executives built their business models around steady local traffic. Weeknight gamblers, regular slot players, families celebrating birthdays at steakhouses. That reliable revenue stream padded the books between busy convention weekends and holiday rushes. Now those same executives are watching floor traffic thin out on Tuesday nights. They see the empty seats at poker tables that used to stay full. They notice the restaurant reservations drying up. Locals didn't just drift away. They made a conscious choice. They looked at what the Strip had become and said, "This isn't for us anymore." And here's what makes it worse. Residents aren't staying home. They're spending money elsewhere. Every dollar that used to flow into MGM or Caesars is now going somewhere else. But the breaking point for many wasn't the crowds or the prices. It was something even more personal. Number 9. Parking fees sparked a full-blown rebellion. For decades, parking in Las Vegas was simple. You drove to a casino, you parked, you walked in, free. No questions asked. It was part of the unspoken deal between the city and its people. Then, in 2016, MGM Resorts changed everything. They started charging for parking at their properties. Caesars followed. Suddenly, locals were expected to pay $10, $15, even $20 just to visit a casino. The backlash was immediate and fierce. Residents who had gambled at the same properties for years felt betrayed. This wasn't about the money. It was about respect. Casinos were making billions in profit, and now they wanted to nickel and dime the very people who supported them through slow seasons and economic downturns. Online forums exploded with complaints. Social media filled with locals swearing off Strip properties entirely. And they meant it. The math was simple. Why pay for parking when Station Casinos offers it free? Why deal with the hassle when downtown has open garages and no fees? Casinos tried to soften the blow with validation programs and rewards card exceptions, but the damage was done. Trust was broken. For many longtime residents, parking fees became the symbol of everything wrong with corporate Vegas, a sign that locals were no longer valued customers, just another revenue stream to exploit. And once they started paying attention to how they were being squeezed, they noticed something else: the drinks. Number 8. $20 drinks? Locals aren't paying it. Remember when you could sit at a slot machine, play for an hour, and a cocktail waitress would bring you drinks on the house? That was the Vegas promise. Gamble a little, get taken care of a lot. Now, you're lucky if anyone takes your order at all. And when they do, the prices are absurd. $20 for a vodka soda, $18 for a domestic beer at a strip bar, $15 for a watered-down margarita that tastes like regret. These aren't club prices. These are regular casino bars charging nightclub premiums for basic drinks. Locals saw through it immediately. They know every dive bar within 10 miles that pours stronger drinks for $6. They know the neighborhood spots where bartenders remember their names and their orders. They know that off-strip lounges still operate the way Vegas used to. So they stopped paying. Not out of poverty, out of principle. The calculation is obvious. You can spend $60 on 3 drinks at a strip casino, or you can spend that same money at a local bar, have twice as many drinks, and actually enjoy yourself. Casino executives assumed people would just absorb the price hikes. They assumed wrong. Locals have options, and they're using them. But it's not just about prices. Some residents found a place that actually wants their business, and it's been here all along. Number 7. Downtown is stealing local loyalty. While strip resorts were busy raising prices and adding fees, Fremont Street quietly became everything locals were missing. Free parking, lower table minimums, dealers who actually talk to you, drinks that don't require a second mortgage. The vibe is looser, friendlier, and unmistakably Vegas in a way the Strip forgot how to be. Downtown casinos like the D, Four Queens, and Golden Nugget embraced locals when the mega resorts pushed them away. They kept their games fair, they kept their prices reasonable, and they kept the personality that corporate Vegas squeezed out of the Strip. The difference is obvious the moment you walk in. On Fremont, you can still find $5 blackjack tables. You can still get a cocktail without waiting 45 minutes. You can still feel like a valued guest instead of a walking ATM. Locals noticed, and they migrated. Weekend nights on Fremont Street are now packed with residents who used to spend that money at Bellagio or Aria. They bring their friends. They bring their families. They bring their gambling budgets. Every dollar spent downtown is a dollar the Strip doesn't see. And for casino executives watching their local revenue decline, that shift represents a fundamental problem. Because downtown isn't just an alternative. It's proof that Vegas can still treat people right. But while locals found better options for their money, they also found something else, a voice, and they started using it. And if this is opening your eyes, make sure you subscribe for the next breakdown. Number 6. Locals are publicly calling out bad service. The complaints used to stay private. A bad experience at a casino restaurant might get mentioned to friends over dinner. A rude dealer might inspire a quiet vow never to return. But the frustration stayed contained. Not anymore. Social media changed everything. Now when a local waits 90 minutes for a drink that never comes, they post about it. When housekeeping skips their room for the third time, it goes on Reddit. When a rewards program slashes benefits without warning, Twitter hears about it within hours. And these posts don't disappear, they go viral. Threads with titles like, "Why I'll Never Go Back to Caesars," rack up thousands of upvotes. TikTok videos showing empty buffet stations and skeleton crews get millions of views. The bad press compounds and spreads. Here's what terrifies casino executives. These aren't anonymous complaints from random tourists. These are longtime locals with credibility. People who know what Vegas used to be like. People whose frustration resonates because it's genuine. The stories are consistent. Understaffed restaurants, laid-off bell desks, rewards programs gutted beyond recognition. Service that used to feel premium now feels like a budget airline. Every viral post chips away at the Strip's reputation. And tourists read these reviews before booking. They see locals warning them. They adjust their plans accordingly. The casinos tried to win locals back with flashy new programs. But as you're about to see, those efforts are failing spectacularly. Number 5. Casino locals programs are failing. On paper, the strategy made sense. Resorts created special rewards programs specifically designed to bring locals back. Exclusive discounts, bonus slot play, members-only promotions. In practice, nobody's buying it. Longtime residents remember when loyalty actually meant something. When a player's card got you free rooms, complimentary meals, and genuine perks that made you feel appreciated. The relationship was mutual. You gave the casino your business. They gave you value in return. Today's locals programs feel like a bad joke. The discounts are underwhelming. The rewards require so much spending that the math never works out. The exclusive offers show up in your inbox, looking identical to what tourists get, and residents see through the marketing immediately. They watched casinos gut their benefits for years. They watched complimentary parking disappear. They watched free drinks become a rarity. They watched table minimums skyrocket while payouts dropped. Now those same companies want them back with a 10% discount on a $200 dinner? It's insulting. The trust is gone. No glossy rewards card or points multiplier event will rebuild what corporate decisions destroyed. Locals don't want gimmicks. They want the respect they used to receive. When these programs fail to deliver, residents don't give second chances. They take their money somewhere it's actually appreciated. And increasingly, that somewhere isn't even on Las Vegas Boulevard. It's in their own neighborhoods. Number 4, locals are spending their money in Henderson and Summerlin. Station casinos figured out something the Strip never understood. Treat locals like they matter and they'll stay loyal forever. Properties like Red Rock Casino in Summerlin and Green Valley Ranch in Henderson weren't built for tourists. They were built for the people who live here, and right now they're thriving, while strip casinos struggle to fill their floors. The formula is simple: free parking, fair games, quality restaurants at reasonable prices, staff who recognize regulars and remember their preferences, an atmosphere that feels welcoming instead of extractive. On any given Friday night, Red Rock's casino floor buzzes with energy. Green Valley Ranch hosts packed poker rooms and busy slot sections. These aren't tourists stumbling in off the strip. These are residents who made a deliberate choice about where to spend their entertainment dollars. Boyd Gaming Properties tell the same story. The Orleans, Suncoast, and Gold Coast have become neighborhood gathering spots where locals feel at home. The financial impact is significant. Local players tend to visit more frequently than tourists. They gamble consistently throughout the year. They eat at on-site restaurants. They attend shows and events. That steady revenue adds up. Strip executives are watching market share slip away to competitors who simply decided to value local customers. It's not complicated, it's just good business. But even with these wins, locals say the real problem runs much deeper. Number 3, the old Vegas crowd is fed up. Talk to anyone who's lived here for 20 years or more, and you'll hear the same thing. This isn't the city we fell in love with. They remember when the Strip felt exciting and accessible, when you could walk into any casino and find a $5 blackjack table, when buffets were legendary and affordable, when Vegas wasn't just for millionaires and influencers. That city is gone. In its place stands something unrecognizable, a corporate playground where every experience has been optimized for maximum extraction, where the magic has been replaced by algorithms calculating exactly how much they can charge before you walk away. Longtime residents feel like strangers in their own town. The demolition of the Tropicana hit hard. The closure of the Mirage felt like a funeral. Watching beloved restaurants and shows disappear one by one created a grief that's hard to explain unless you lived it. And the worst part? Nobody asked them. Nobody cared what the people who built this city thought about its transformation. The nostalgia isn't just sentimentality. It's a recognition that something real was lost. A culture that valued fun over profit. A spirit that welcomed everyone instead of catering only to whales. Old Vegas is never coming back. And for many who remember it, that's reason enough to move on. But before they give up on the city, many of them are doing something unexpected. Number 2, locals are warning tourists not to stay on the Strip. Open any travel forum, Reddit thread, or Facebook group about visiting Las Vegas, and you'll find the same pattern. Tourists ask for recommendations. Locals respond with warnings. Don't book on the Strip. The resort fees will destroy your budget. Skip MGM properties. You'll pay $50 a night in hidden charges. Stay downtown instead. Better value, more fun, fewer corporate traps. This advice flows constantly from thousands of residents who genuinely want visitors to have a good experience. And it's devastating for strip casinos because tourists listen. They read the reviews. They see locals with no financial incentive offering honest guidance, and they adjust their plans accordingly. The impact shows up in booking patterns and occupancy rates. Properties that once commanded premium prices now offer discounts that would have been unthinkable 5 years ago. The competition for visitors has intensified because the pool of willing strip guests is shrinking. Every local who posts a warning becomes an unpaid ambassador for the alternative. Downtown casinos, off-strip resorts, Henderson properties, anywhere but the overpriced mega resorts that squeeze every dollar. Casino executives can spend millions on marketing, but they can't outspend authentic word of mouth from real residents telling the truth. And here's what should truly terrify them. But the warnings are only the start. What happens next hits the hardest. Number 1, locals are leaving Vegas altogether. This is the number that keeps casino executives awake at night. Thousands of longtime residents are packing up and moving out of Las Vegas entirely. Not because they want to leave, because they feel pushed out by a city that no longer values them. Housing costs have exploded nearly 300% in just over a decade. The median home price now sits around $485,000, combined with rising insurance, utilities, and everyday expenses. The math simply doesn't work for middle-class families anymore. But it's not just about money. It's about what Vegas has become. People who spent decades building lives here, who gambled at local casinos every week, who celebrated birthdays and anniversaries on the Strip, are done. They're moving to Arizona, Texas, Tennessee, places where their dollars stretch further, and corporations don't treat them like marks. And here's why this terrifies the industry. Tourists come and go. They visit once, maybe twice, but locals provided consistent, year-round revenue. They filled casino floors during slow seasons. They kept restaurants and bars profitable on weeknights. When locals leave, that steady income disappears permanently. You can't replace a 20-year customer with a once-in-a-lifetime tourist. The exodus is accelerating. And once people leave Las Vegas, they rarely come back. Casino executives wanted to squeeze every last dollar from residents. Now they're watching those residents walk away forever, taking their loyalty, their spending, and their love for this city with them. What do you think? Can Vegas win back its locals? Or have the corporations already lost this fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments.